Hello and welcome to another episode of
Inglês no rádio. I'm your host, Alexia Souza, and I'm here with my co-host, Foster Hodge. Hello, Foster.
Hey, Alexia. First of all, I would say we're both co-hosts. We do it together. Secondly, why are you using that voice?
I don't know, can I use co-host for both of us? I mean, I'm hosting and you're hosting, and that's why you're co-host. I don't get it.
Co-host comes from if you think about the start of word co, like cooperation, that means we're doing something together. So I would say we're both co-host.
Okay.
You could perhaps, I would say you are leading this show and I'm kind of following, like you're the lead of this show.
No.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to say I'm the host and you are the co-host. Anyway, I did not know that you were leading this show, but apparently
no, I'm
you
not.
are. So what are we talking about, Madam Host?
I'm not. First lady of Inglês no cru.
Okay, so if you're just tuning in to the show, if this is the first time that you've listened, welcome. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this happens a lot. This is totally normal. But this week on the show, we are talking about travel and more specifically our experiences staying in different Airbnbs around the world. And just to clarify, Airbnb, that means Airbnb.com.
Mm-hmm.
It is a website where you can rent different spaces in a lot of different ways. You probably know what it is, but we are finishing our different experiences of Airbnbs in the U.S.
In the United States of America.
America. Okay, so where do you want to start?
I just remembered Erica from Stranger Things. That wouldn't be America without Erica.
You can't spell America without Erica. That is an extremely difficult reference for people to understand in this context. But
well done, Alexia, right?
Well done. I imagine everyone is very confused. Okay, so we're talking about Airbnbs. We've already talked about places we've stayed in Atlanta, Georgia, Asheville, North Carolina. We also stayed in another place in another city in North Carolina. Do you remember where it was?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte is a place we stayed twice there. We stayed the first one in a house that we had separately from the main house again. And the second time we stayed for the wedding, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So we had two houses in Charlotte.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. I did not think about that because our friend John was the one that booked the reservation.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get started, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
In Brazilian Portuguese, how do you say the name of the city?
Charlotte.
I think that is ridiculously funny and beautiful at the same time. I remember for a long time people saying Charlotte. Charlotte. Yeah, it cannot be more different. In English, we say Charlotte.
Charlotte, which was very difficult for me.
Yeah. So Charlotte is not the capital of North Carolina, but it is kind of the financial capital of the Southeast. It's an important city.
Has an important airport as well.
Yes, Charlotte Douglas International.
Been there a lot of times.
Been there, done that. Yeah. So this first place we stayed, what did you think about it? What do you remember?
I remember it was really cold. And I remember that you lost the keys. Or you lost the code. I don't remember exactly, but I think...
I lost the keys. you can say Foster lost the keys, and there is like an 80% probability that, yes, Foster did lose the keys. So I remember you just arrived from the U.S. or to the U.S., and we were both super, super tired. It was very cold. We talked to the lady that she owns the house of the Airbnb, and it was like a house behind the house. Like it used to be a garage or something. And she had a baby and a dog, and I believe she was at least partially deaf. So she had a lot of hearing difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot going on. She was super nice, but she couldn't really hear us that well. She had a baby. There was a dog running around. I think his name was Jax. Is that true?
I don't remember.
Yeah. And then immediately I lost the keys
I don't
and had
remember.
to return and be like, hello.
No, because you checked in before me. And then you went to the airport to pick me up. So what?
I don't think that's the way it happened.
I don't remember any Jax or lady or baby at all. So, but the Airbnb itself.
Alexia was very tired.
Yeah, maybe it was the blackout. But the Airbnb, I remember that it was in a different house from the main house again. And the bed was really comfy, or maybe it was me being really tired and I could sleep anywhere. But I don't remember that much, but it was...
It was like a loft.
Yeah.
So there was like a garage. I think they had a place where they used to park cars in the past, and then like an attic.
Uh-huh.
How do you say attic in Portuguese?
Sótão.
And how do you say the opposite of an attic
Porão.
in English?
Basement.
Yes. So basement is below, attic is above.
Yeah.
That's a good way to remember that. I'm just making this connection right now. Basement with a B, below, attic with an A, above.
Good.
Good job, Foster.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a cool place.
Yes. Yes, I trust you. I really don't remember that much, to be honest.
Yeah. So we also stayed in another place in Charlotte, this time for a wedding, and we had an entire house because it wasn't like a big house at all.
It was a normal
But
house.
we were staying with another couple, our friends. What is your memory of that situation?
I liked it because it was 2 good bedrooms, and the host was so nice. He left some pastries for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And how do you say roupão de banho?
A bathrobe.
Bathrobe with some pantufas.
You know how to say pantufas. I know you do.
Uggs.
Uggs is a brand.
But that's how I call pantufas nowadays.
Slippers.
Yes, slippers. Slippers.
Yes.
And the bathroom was a good sized bathroom. I remember that for the 4 of us getting ready for the wedding, it worked very, very fine. And the neighborhood was very good as well. It had a nice sofa, a nice kitchen. I mean, it was a very nice, sizable house for us.
It was a sizable house. Yes, you can definitely say that. So I think 2 things are interesting to think about here, Alexia. First, you talked about the host. If you were staying at an Airbnb, the host in most situations is a really important part of that experience.
Of course.
So in this case, I believe his name was Amir.
Yeah.
And he was the owner of a bakery close by. And he brought us like fresh cookies and pastries, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So sometimes, even if you don't have a great house, those small little touches can just really give you an entirely different experience.
Yes, and the house was very, very clean. I don't have anything bad to say about it. And the neighborhood, I think that would be better for people to say than the first one that we stayed in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't remember the first one at all.
Okay, so my second question, Alexia, is normally we are traveling alone, so we have a private room just for us. In this case, we were traveling with some of our friends. Let's not specifically talk about our friends, but in general, do you prefer traveling just you and me and us having our own space, or do you prefer to share a house with other people?
It depends on the situation. If we are traveling together to somewhere, to a wedding, for example, I think it's fair enough to share. I don't know why we wouldn't share. It's cheaper, it's funnier, it's better.
It's funnier.
Yeah,
It's more fun.
it's more fun.
In this case, it was funnier
Yeah.
as well. Do you know the difference between fun and funny?
Uh-huh. When someone is having fun is when this person is really enjoying like the situation.
They're having a good time.
Yeah. When someone is funny,
For example,
Foster.
is hilarious.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's because a person is joking all the time and trying to make jokes. In the case of Foster, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So fun is divertido, funny, engraçado.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you that because really with Airbnb, you have two options. You can have an entire place to yourself, which obviously will be more expensive, but you have a lot more privacy. Or you can simply rent a room in someone else's house, which is a totally different experience.
I like that as well.
Me too.
If the room is big enough and we have our privacy, I don't mind at all. I think it's even better sometimes.
Yeah, I think that is an entire topic for another episode. So we will continue talking about travel. I hope you guys like us talking about travel, because if you don't, we're still going to do it for the next couple of episodes anyway. So we will talk to you guys soon. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.